everybody. I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. And today is Thursday, June 2nd, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Hey, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Truth Social, TikTok, and all those social media sites by searching Larry Steinhouse. Let's connect. Get together. All right. Also, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can comment live during this show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi already. We got Mick and John and Tommy. Thanks so much. All right, real quick. So, by the way, if you are commenting from a page that's not the Money Chat Now fan page, go to the Money Chat Now fan page, like it there, and that way you can comment from there, and that way your name will show up on my dashboard, and I can say hi to you as well. All right, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. All right, a couple of people online coming in right now. We got Joe online, and we got Glenn, and of course, my lovely wife. Thank you, Linda. I love you. All right, today we're going to be talking about the futures update. We're going to be talking about the economic hurricane. We're going to be talking about Biden deflecting again. We're going to be talking about get back to work. And we're going to be talking about NFT Insider Trading. I just found that story interesting. All right, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So I got to tell you, I get no glory for being right, but once again, I was right. I said the top of the market would be 33,000, and the range would be probably between 31,000 and 33,000, and yesterday, it was perfect proof of that. The Dow did start out with a bit of a jolt, but it didn't last long, and it finished down 177 points. Well, it was pretty bad for a while. The S&P was down 31, and the NASDAQ was down 87. The most interesting news yesterday was that Sheryl Sandberg is stepping down from Meta. Meta being the company, of course, who owns Facebook. And if you didn't know, she was second in command as the Chief Operating Officer, or maybe, I don't know, maybe COO stands for Censorship Operations Officer? I don't know, possibly. Anyway, she's stepping down after being second in charge since 2008. By the way, I think it's odd because I actually think I joined Facebook in 2008. Javier Olivan, the company's chief growth officer, I just find this funny that the guy's title is chief growth officer, will take over as COO in the fall. Sandberg, who informed Zuckerberg of her decision this past weekend, will continue to serve on Meta's board of directors. The stock got a shock from the news and closed down 5 points. Look, if you were paying attention yesterday, the stock opened up plus 5 points, so that would have been a 10-point swing. It would have been a great put play if you were paying attention. The big winner yesterday, however, was Salesforce, and it closed up 15 points, almost 10%. In the travel stock sector, cruise lines, air carriers, hotels, and other travel names suffered as investors worry about the health of the economy. Of course, because I'm in CCL, and it's going to have to, this is the kind of news that we're going to have to get right now. Norwegian Cruise Lines and United Airlines each fell about 4.5%. Airbnb lost 3.5%. And Wynn Resorts slipped by 1.5%. The weird part is that United released a report saying that they're expecting travel to go up to pre-pandemic levels and that the consumer is absorbing the higher fees to travel. So why did it drop 4.5%? Well, simply put, Wall Street is annoying. Victoria's Secret was also a winner yesterday when it posted a positive earnings report. I'm going to go a little off here, but have you seen the new Victoria's Secret posters lately? The women in them are so big they can't even fit on a whole screen. Imagine the photographer getting the Victoria's Secret gig, yo, bro, man, I got the photo shoot for Victoria's Secret. And then he shows up and works to snap those pictures? I guess we're going to be banned again for this one. Anyway, apparently selling plus sizes is a new working business model that's working well for them. Good for them. That's pretty awesome. All right. And while we're on the subject, the dog food company Chewy also posted great earnings yesterday after the bell, and the stock rose. But so just for some perspective here, though, Chewy hit a high in the past in the past 52 weeks of 98, and now it's trading at 27 with a pop from the earnings. The home dog food delivery service gained traction from the scamdemic. However, it's now trading back to their pre-scamdemic range. And this is something I've observed with a lot of stocks lately. It appears that we're all going back to the 2019-2020 numbers. This is where I extrapolated the new normal for the Dow to be right around 28,000 point range. Of course, the only stocks that are still going the wrong direction were the travel stocks, like my nemesis, CCL. I wish this would go back to 20 already. I can't stand it. The preliminary jobs data showed that the number of April jobs openings declined sharply from the previous month, but findings suggest that the job market still remains tight. I don't know. Also, the Institute for Supply Management said manufacturing PMI came in at 56.1 for May, which is up from 55.4. So this kind of means that we're still okay for now. And if the Fed would stop talking, would stop raising interest rates, and maybe raise it one more time and let the effect take place, we should be okay. But we already know that they're going to aggressively raise the rates, and they're doing it too fast, so expect more pain to continue. Hey, let's take a look at the futures real quick. Right now we have the Dow is up 173, we have the S&P up 22, and the NASDAQ up 94. I think a couple of people joined us. Let me say hello to Jose and Rob and Bill. All right, and also Pete joined us as well. And I think somebody else real quick joined us, but I can't, my mouse died, so I can't go. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can find you. Oh, and it looks like Colin. Thanks, Colin, for joining us. I totally appreciate that. All right, let's talk about the economic hurricane. Hey, we can all sense that something is brewing. I can tell you something big is brewing, and we're in an economic shift. It kind of feels obvious, but it really isn't as bad yet as it's going to get. Well, J.P. Morgan's chief executive officer, Jamie Dimon, said U.S. consumers still have 6 to 9 months of spending power left in their bank accounts, but warned of an economic hurricane brewing. He also stated that while many families are starting to deplete their savings, you know, the savings that Biden bragged about in his open letter to the Wall Street Journal when Biden said that more families saved more money than ever last year, you know, the year that we still couldn't go anywhere because everything was closed and restricted, so people didn't know what to do with their money. Anyway, Dimon said families are starting to deplete their savings, but he continued most families have 6 to 9 months of reserves. I got to tell you, I personally question that number. You know, it's possible with 401k plans and other forced savings, he might be right, but I don't know. I don't really think most families have 6 to 9 months worth of savings. He continued in an interview discussing oil prices and how high he believes they're going to get. His prediction was about $150 a barrel. I sure hope not. He finished the interview with the statement, that hurricane is right out there down the road coming our way, he said. We just don't know if it's going to be a minor hurricane or a superstorm Sandy. Well, you have to brace yourself. Are you going to be prepared? I believe that I prepared myself the best I could. My suggestions to you listeners is make sure that you still have some reserves. Yeah, I know, sometimes it's difficult to put aside money or precious metals, but you need to get into the habit of doing so. Best case scenario is that you never need them. Worst case scenario is that you will last longer than others before it all goes downhill. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't already done so, go buy my book called Money Hacks. Go wherever fine books are sold, look up Money Hacks, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse, and either buy the electronic version, which is available now, or pre-order the paperback. I also want to take a minute here, because we had a great event last night. I want to thank all the people who came out last night to the book launch. We had a great time at the Sheraton in Oxford Valley, and I want to give some shout-outs to my biggest fans like Joe and Bill and Omri and Jamie and others. And, you know, of course, a shout-out to my oldest fan. Priscilla is my oldest fan. God bless her. I hope she doesn't mind me saying so, but she had lots of fun she had lots of spunk for somebody being 92. I also made sure she received an autographed copy of my book, and if you were there, please let me know what you thought of the event. So if you're online, let me know what you thought of the event. I'd love to see your comments on all the social media sites. Hey, it was really a great time. I expect to see I expect to see some of you guys back here last night who were there last night for the first time. Come to a complimentary class tonight at 7. And by the way, even if you didn't go last night, you're welcome to come tonight, and I might even have a book or two left. So if you want to sign copies, show up tonight. Hey, you can find out more about that right now, and we will see you in a minute.
Okay, so So you thought about buying and selling real estate. You thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask your one burning question to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call today for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited, so what are you waiting for? Call in today or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or you can call 866-424-2829, 866-424-8229. Yeah, let me do that again. 866-424-2829 or 866-424-2829. Hey, thanks for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. And of course, if you're watching online, please hit that share button. All right, everybody out there, hit that share button. I see you guys out there watching. I want to say hello to some people who have joined us who are about to hit the share button. We got Pete and Tom and Bill and Rob and Jose and Mike and Sal and James. Come on, guys, hit that share button right now. You promised me. Hit that share button. Also, hit the like button so you let me know that you're enjoying the show. Hey, you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And, of course, I'll try to respond to them. James says that the event was awesome last night, and it was, man. It was great. James is really killing it here. He actually he did $40,000 in wholesale fees. He's been here 4 months in the school. He did $40,000 in wholesale fees. I love the success stories. All right. So far, we've been discussing the futures update. We talked about the fact that there's going to be a economic downturn. All right, coming up, we got Biden deflecting again, and we got people saying get back to work, and we have NFT Insider Trading, and then, of course, we have today's picks and plays. But come on, guys, did you hit that like button? You promised me. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure and set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. And also look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home, and let me know what you think of the show. We had a couple of people last night who are big fans of the show. Also, Ed was one of them. A couple other people who are big fans of the show listen every morning, and I want to thank you for listening. You guys are awesome. All right, let's get into the second half. Let's talk about Biden deflecting again. And by the way, I have to just tell you that, my producer over at WWDB Radio, TJ, recommended that I talk about this story. But let me talk about how I'm going to talk about it. Hey, how do you know when you're talking to a liberal? Yeah, I know it could be the rainbow stripes in their hair, or they could be wearing a BLM shirt, or just wearing a mask, right? But that's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. Did you ever notice that the biggest difference between a conversation between a liberal and a normal person is that the liberal will always blame someone else for their problems? Well, of course, the biggest liberal blaming others is President Biden. Well, now Biden has actually come out and basically said, sorry, I can't do anything about inflation. If you remember, I reported the other day about an open letter he wrote to the Wall Street Journal describing how great of a job he was doing. Apparently, I wasn't the only one questioning this letter, and he was pressed to discuss food prices and gas prices, and his response was this: there's a lot going on right now, but the idea that we're going to be able to, click a switch, bring down the cost of gasoline, is not likely in the near future. Nor is it with regard to food. He has blamed Russia and China for both of these problems and has even blamed Trump. But I am so glad that he is there in his fake White House set in Delaware, with all his expenses paid, with a great big salary, and living the life of a king, while he tells his peasants, there is nothing we can do to stop higher gas prices or higher food prices. I wondered if during the discussion, he was picking his teeth, with a toothpick to get the remains of the Wagyu steak he had for dinner, or actually maybe even had with his eggs this morning for breakfast. Sorry, folks, I got to run now. I'm taking my private jet, Air Force One, to a private party where they'll be having the most expensive champagne, the most expensive meat, and the most expensive lobster. Enjoy your scraps, and don't worry about your infants. We should have food for them coming up in about 3 weeks. Bye now. Get back to work. Apparently, many people are still working from home, right? So if you've seen this, a lot of people are working from home now, and it's basically a residual form of the great scamdemic. It appears that many companies are now telling their employees to get back to work. Elon Musk recently said in an email to his employees at Tesla the following when he told his staff that he must put in at least 40 hours of work in the office. His quote was, "Tesla has and will create and actually manufacture the most exciting and meaningful products of any company on earth. And it will not happen by phoning in." I love this guy. He always speaks the real truth. It's amazing. I come to my office every day at 4:30 to write and produce this show, and I guarantee you I couldn't do it from home. Too many distractions, and I don't even have kids, right? I personally believe the most productive employees are the most productive in an office environment. Some other companies such as Amazon, Ford, and General Motors have a different stance and are suggesting that each employee discuss it with their management team. Some great quotes from Musk were reiterated in the Wall Street Journal article on this subject this morning that made me chuckle. Musk, in a tweet last week, stated that he thinks workers have been slacking off from home. And he said, "All the COVID stay-at-home stuff has tricked people into thinking you don't actually need to work hard. Rude awakening inbound," he tweeted. I tell you, he is so right. Wait a year or two when hard work returns to the office, and the ones who work hard will still have their job, while the others wonder why they're collecting unemployment, or at least until it runs out. Now, all of you who are listening in your car, going to work, good for you. If you're home and waiting for your computer to start your workday, get off your butt and get in your car and go to the office, or you're going to be fired. All right, real quick, I think Michael's come on and Jane came on. Hey, guys, and Doug, thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys. Doug K. I got to make sure I say Doug K. So good morning, Doug. I appreciate it. All right, let's talk about some NFT insider trading. So for those of you who know me and have listened to my radio shows, you know that I'm not much of a fan of crypto, and I'm especially not much of a fan of NFTs. NFTs are basically those non-fungible tokens that, traded and collected by people in that space. Look, not to get into what an NFT can do or what its value is, I just want to report about someone who was recently arrested for insider trading of NFTs. There was this guy named Nathaniel Chastain, and he figured out a way that when the company where he worked for, a company called OpenSea, would list an NFT on its platform, then NFT would increase in value 3 to 5 times in price just because it gained the popularity from the OpenSea site. Well, Mr. Chastain was in the product development department of the company and had inside knowledge as to which NFT would be listed on the site, right? So the enterprising young man figured out that if he buys the NFT before the site releases the fact that they're going to list the NFT, he could sell it at a great profit. So this is called insider trading or insider knowledge, right? And if you profit from it, you go to jail. In fact, you go to jail for 20 years for each incident. Yikes! I got to tell you, I hope he kept some of his NFTs, and maybe if he's lucky when he gets out of jail 20 years from now, they'll be worth something. Frankly, I doubt it, but you never know. Anyway, this is the first case, or the first known case of insider trading in NFT space, so of course the Justice Department wants to make an example of it to prevent it from happening again. But let me give you a tip about buying NFTs for those who want to buy them. Remember Beanie Babies, or Pogs, or Pokemon cards? What are they worth now? Remember when you thought they would be worth millions to collectors? Well, go to eBay and see the collections of these cards being sold for $50. NFTs are a passing fad. Save your money. I'm telling you right now, save your money. All right, let's take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to have the picks and the plays of the day. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and I've written a book called Money Hacks. The subtitle to this book is Because Everything You Think You Know About Money is Wrong, and I promise you there are things you think about money that are wrong. There are chapters in this book that I think you will find absolutely fascinating, and some of them are, what is money anyway? Can money buy happiness? I'll bet you don't know the answer to that question. The truth about credit scores, how you can actually use credit cards to rebuild your credit, I also have chapters on being your own bank, how to buy houses with an IRA, and how to invest with other people's money. There are so many other chapters. There are 22 total chapters in this book, and I promise you're going to learn how to make more money and pay less taxes when you buy this book. My name is Larry Steinhouse. The name of the book is Money Hacks. You can get this book wherever fine books are sold, and you can go to barnesandnoble.com right now and pre-order it. I hope that you will enjoy it. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, did you order the book yet? Come on, you guys got to order this book. I'm telling you, it's great. You're really going to like it. What are you waiting for? Order it. Hey, listen, a couple of people online said last night's event was great. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Also, I got to tell you something really funny. Michael said something. People going back to work means more gasoline. That means price will go higher and less supply. So I find it interesting that Tesla or Elon Musk is building Tesla electric cars, and he's telling people to go back to work. I don't know, maybe he wants to sell more Teslas to his employees. That can make sense. All right, I also want to say hello to a couple of people over here, Charles and Jane, and thanks so much. I appreciate you guys watching. All right, let's get back over here. So the futures right now, the Dow is up, let's see, the Dow is up 157, the S&P is up 20, and the NASDAQ is up 26. So, I'm sorry, 86. The NASDAQ is up 86. I knew that didn't look right. All right, there we go. All right. We also talked about the economic hurricane that's coming. Jamie DeMond says economic hurricane. We talked about Biden saying, hey, F you, world. I don't really care if your prices are going up because it doesn't matter to me. Why should I care? Oh, I'm sorry. Did he say that? Well, he didn't exactly say that, but he pretty much said that. We talked about getting back to work, and Elon Musk says that people are more productive in the office, and I totally agree with him. We also talked about the NFT Insider Trading. And, of course, coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that share button yet? Did you guys hit that like button? Come on, Jane, hit that share button. Charles, Mark, Tom, hit that share button. Let other people know about the great stock picks are coming. And you can also share on your page or share in groups. So you click the share button on Facebook, and you'll see it'll stop down, and it says share where, and you're going to share in groups. So pick a group and share it. Let people know. All right, you can also leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and YouTube, and all those other places. Wherever this show is, you can leave comments, but of course you can't leave comments on WWDB Radio. But if you are listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market. All right, let's talk about what is going on in the stock market, or what I think the stock market's going to be going. All right, today we have the ADP jobs report coming out in about a half an hour. The ADP jobs report is basically a report based on the payroll numbers that ADP processes. So basically, ADP is the largest payroll company, and the report will show that jobs are either growing or declining. But the official unemployment report will be on Friday. And these reports will report the data for May and will affect the market up or down. Listen to this. Watch this. Watch the futures today at 8:30. They're either going to jump or they're going to fall. Basically, what's going to happen is the market's going to respond to this report. They're going to respond positive or negative because I don't know what the report is. And it's not going to be a neutral report. Even if it's neutral, the market will respond positive. So right around 8:30, watch the market change. Now, here's a stock option tip for this report. If the report is bad and the market happens to go up, the market will fall tomorrow. I see this happen often. It almost seems like the market tries to suck in as many people as it can before the drop the next day. So watch for it. If the report is bad, you'll read it. You'll say, hey, there were no jobs, there were less jobs, there were less reported. But the market goes up. Watch for it. Tomorrow will be a great put play on the SPY. All right, Meta is a buy right now. I'm telling you, the stock dropped about 190 again on the news that Sandberg is leaving, and it's a buy. I'm telling you, at this price, it's a buy. I think Facebook will be back in the 250s, probably before the end of the year. And it's also a common reaction to a stock when an executive leaves that the stock goes down. The investors are waiting to see if there's more to the story. You know, maybe if, maybe if Sandberg molested somebody in the thing. Did I actually say that? I don't know. All right. Anyway, look for the market to continue to range from 31,000 to 33,000 this month. We should also start to see some stocks moving up in the next 10 days as we enter the dead zone. And if you don't know about the dead zone theory, you need to come to Investor Schooling tonight and learn. I'm still waiting for Musk to officially buy Twitter, And I will tell you that when there's silence from Musk about this, it usually means something good. You know, he's a loudmouth, but he is still limited to what he can say or tweet, so I'm taking the silence as a positive note. I also like Apple, I like Google, and I like Amazon in these levels. Amazon will be the better play as the split date approaches sooner, and Google will follow. If you want to stay safe, look for dividend-paying stocks and just sit tight while you ride the storm. All right, let's take a final look at the futures right now and see what's going on here. The Dow right now is up 150, the S&P is up 19, and the NASDAQ is up 83. Let's get into crypto. So crypto right now, I'm going to tell you, Bitcoin fell below 30,000 again. Look, I've said this the last few weeks that this run really might be over now or it will be over soon. I still can't see this asset class getting another boost soon unless something changes big in the landscape of the currency. It's not going mainstream fast enough, and the holders of the asset are starting to get restless. So that's going to make it move down. It's just my thought. You know, you take whatever you want. I mean, I know I got a bunch of Bitcoin people who watch this show, and they can't wait for it to go up, and they're telling me it's going to hit 100,000. I don't think so. I think we're there. I actually think it's going to fall from here. I don't think it's going to be worthless. I just think it's going to fall from here. Gold and silver are still around 1850 and 22. Nothing much happening here. It's amazing that there's really nothing happening. I keep waiting for something to happen, but nothing's happening. But at the same time, I keep buying silver, so at the same time, I'm kind of glad that the price isn't moving up too much. The Treasury bond is moving up, and they're just below 3 at the moment. I actually expect them to go just below 4 by the year end. So watch for this. You want to watch for the Treasury bond to move up, and you want to watch for it to affect the stock market. The oil market right now, oil is moving down on a rumor that the Saudis will agree to ramp up production if the Russian oil sanctions create a problem. So far, this is a rumor, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? Hey, don't forget to order my book if you want to survive the Biden economy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse, and definitely pre-order it. You will like it. It'll also be in the stores next month. I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and I want to thank you for your continued support. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling, and you should come tonight. So everybody go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a class tonight. You could be there, and you can meet me, and we can talk, and we can make money or talk to you about how to make money together. Go to investorschooling.com, and you can do that. All right, everybody out there, have a profitable day.